We're 30 minutes in, Shackers. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about here. Guys, we are at the end of an era. We are at the end of an era. If you know me, you know I love me some tokusatsu. What is tokusatsu that you ask? You poor unredded knave. You Neanderthal. Allow me to tell you, shut up, Shackers. Allow me to tell you, enlighten your foolish minds on what tokusatsu is. Tokusatsu is Japanese for special effects show. And the special effects show that I'm talking about today is Super Sentai. After 50 years, Super Sentai has come off the air. It is done. It is for now. Maybe for now, it is gone off the air. It is. Yeah. Super Sentai. What's that? What's Super Sentai? Oh, you poor babe in the wood. I see you looking confused, Shackers. Yeah, I'm talking to you now directly.
Wes is confused.
He is confused. And I'm using you as a proxy because I see your confusion.
I'm the audience.
You're the audience at this point. Yeah, there you go. There's the face. Yes, that's it. There it is.
What is that? Super Sentai?
You rube. You rube. Allow me to translate Super Sentai adapted in the West as Power Rangers. Oh, see, look, there's the look of there it is. There, now you know it's morphing out. It's morphing time. Kicking my shoulder. I can't even morph time. Shut up. I'm getting old. I can't morph like I used to.
And Dino Thunder.
After 50, no, I'm just playing. But no, for real, yes, Super Sentai Power, the franchise that Power Rangers got its gets footage from, most of the action footage from, has been canceled. This is crazy. This is a crazy thing that has happened. I had to do a lot of research, and I got this.
I hope you did, because I'm interested to know what's going on a little, maybe not behind the scenes, but for people that are just tangential.
Honestly, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I feel like this is taking place in a way that a lot of people kind of predicted, you know. So I did a lot of research, and I found out there was an interview done with the head of Toei. He has some kind of weird title, so I don't know, like his official title. I'm gonna call him like the head producer, Shichiro Shirakura, and he gave some like reasons why this happened, and he said that it's probably for the best because of a lot of these reasons. He calls them black ships, which is very morbid. Maybe not morbid, I don't know, but it's a very foreboding way to describe this situation. Yeah, you know, like because of the black ships that brought like English. I think brought Christianity and all that over to Japan.
That's even worse than I thought. Oh,
right. So here's the terrible reasons that he gave for kind of why this happened. First one being streaming, making the old series available, which means that the show now competes with itself for viewers. So since COVID happened, right, a lot of the older series is usually they're just out on like Blu-rays or what have you, but the older series are now on like Shout Studios or whatever. They're becoming more widely available for streaming. So instead of watching the new seasons as they come out, they're like, or I could just watch my favorite season, Car Ranger, again for like the 50th time. That's like the comfort food, right? Because they've grown up around Super Sentai. Also,
or you with the trains. Didn't you really like the train one?
Oh, Resha Sentai Tokyuja. I did really like that one. I will talk about some of my favorite ones here in a bit, but yeah, that was one that I really dug. There's also the influence of Western superhero films. This is crazy, all right? So Super Sentai series are usually self-contained, right? Except up until like recently, there wasn't like a lot of crossover, except for the crossover in between seasons, right? They have like a little crossover movie of like the train one versus the car one, and it's like they meet together and they fight the big bad guy together, right? But since movies like the Avengers came over to to the East and started like becoming big and being very popular, people want more serialized seasons. They want kind of like a cohesive. They want what we don't want. They want the universe, like how everybody sees
the Tokusatsu. They want the Super Sentai universe.
They want a Super Sentai universe. I think they just want more like. They say that, or at least that's what Shichiro Shirokura has gotten from this, is that they lack the character development that the audience has come to love from films like Avengers. How you watch one movie of Tony Stark, building the Avengers, and the third one now he's an alcoholic, shit like that. Like they want that kind of continuation through a continuous through line, and I guess in the media that they watch. I guess they thought that shit was fire. So, which we did too, until phase 7 and 8 when it's like
stop being good.
Yeah, it stopped being novel, and now, which is crazy, bro. Like I didn't know that it would influence Japanese media that much.
I mean, it's huge. How much did it sell over? I'm sure it sold like gangbusters everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know the budget numbers for the gross numbers for like Avengers and the Marvel films over there, but I imagine it's probably hella fire, like hella lots. But speaking of budgets, toy sales have a lot to do with this too, with this decision too.
I feel like they drive everything.
Everything, right? Even fucking the Avengers. But
oh wow,
what's up?
Endgame is the highest grossing Marvel film in Japan.
Jesus, what?
6.12 billion yen, which is 56 million for us.
Good lord,
where it converted.
That's a lot of yen.
That's
a decent amount of yen.
That's some good yen. Okay, sorry.
And I feel like Japan, correct me if I'm wrong, but Japan I feel like has a lot more genre films than the West does. Especially of like the popcorn comic book, because not only do you have like we have like say the Avengers, DC, and maybe the odd property that comes up every now and again, but you have manga adaptations, anime adaptations, anime films, tokusatsu films, be they at least one for every franchise, right? I feel like it's an Ultraman film, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider. So you have a glut of genre films in coming out. So to say that Avengers, a move from the West that is primarily for a Western audience, come over and just like blow everything else out of the water, that's crazy. That's actually pretty fucking insane.
It's not the highest grossing of everything, just out of the Marvel franchise.
Oh, out of the okay, my bad. Out of the Marvel franchise. Okay, I was about to say if Hulk came through and smashed everything, crazy.
No, that's Demon Slayer has the
okay.
First movie.
Okay.
And then the second movie beats the first movie because it's
when you say first movie, do you mean the train one, or is this the first out of the new trilogy? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, actually,
so
I got it backwards. Train is still number 1. Infinity Castle Part 1 is number 2.
Okay. But no, speaking of toys, toy sales has a lot to do with why this is happening too, because motherfuckers ain't buying toys because they're just not feeling the series. Again, everyone in Japan knows Super Sentai, so it's become too familiar. People either skip episodes or watch older series for nostalgia at this point. So the love for it it's really just gone downhill. Whereas I feel like it's starting to rise in the West, right? I've been seeing on TikTok people making edits, which is great, and they actually come out really cool. You would think that they would. Okay, so here. This is my personal interjection, right? If you didn't know, Kamen Rider Zets has started coming out in the West. I'm actually show for the people. Give the people a little something in the background. Kamen Rider Zets has started airing in the West for to English audience through YouTube, which is honestly great. It feels like a move that should have been happening for the longest time. I thought so. A lot of what I thought this was a move to switch to something different because they couldn't capitalize on the Western audience that Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Garo, which have all started showing in the West on YouTube, which again, just great because now I can watch these shows like actually legally. This would be a good chance to get Super Sentai in that same vein, because I believe they were pigeonholed through like TV Asahi or something like that like held the distribution rights to Super Sentai, which is why it's so hard to get stuff like the Shout Factor releases and whatnot. I thought, okay, so the next Super Sentai series or whatever they rebrand and change the name is going to start showing off in the West. It doesn't, by the way. We can get to that in a second, but it doesn't. So it's very weird to me that they haven't made that switch, especially because they showed a lot of trailers on the same channel on the same YouTube channel that they're showing the Kamen Rider trailers and stuff on. I thought for sure, hey, we're gonna get this next thing in the West. I'm gonna talk about what's coming up for our Tokusatsu show to fill in the place, right? But the last thing that Shichiro Shirakura said that I kind of want to point out, and I think it could really help what's going on for the franchise, and that said he thinks that Super Sentai will come back, but it should be in 10 years.
10 years?
10, a decade. He said we should take a decade break.
Hell of a hiatus.
A decade
we need
break.
To take some time.
He said it's not you, it's me. I need to be gone for 10 years. I'm trying to forget. And honestly, if you falling out of love, this is the opposite effect of like, say, like a company like Warner Brothers that says, man, we haven't had a Batman movie in a year. Give me a cartoon, make every one of his comics come out every month, and then give me another trilogy pronto. Like this is the opposite of that tactic because it's saying like, look, man, people have fallen out of love or they've gotten too familiar with this franchise. Mm-hmm. Let's make them miss it. And I think that's actually a brilliant way to look at this. That's actually highly evolved way of thinking.
And if he even if they take a 5-year break and then they do something on the 6th year and he overshoots it, people aren't going to expect it, and they're going to be like, "Oh my God, it's finally back!" And they're going to be like, "All right, let's go and let's just watch every episode." I think that's pretty good. It's pretty ingenious.
Honestly, man, people have talked about how little of a change has gone on with Super Sentai. I even like I'll even talk about it myself because I've wanted something different out of Super Sentai for the longest time. I want to find like a good Gozuja clip to play in the background. I'm not finding nothing. Like nothing. YouTube has let me down for sure today. But
they need to flood the internet with more Sentai stuff.
Everything's like shorts.
I've been seeing a bunch of TikTok content, people doing like special effects, like doing henshins and stuff like that. Looks real cool. Yeah, it's actually been real fun to see people do that. People doing the little pose challenges with the different rangers. I guess I don't know what they call them over there.
Sentai. It's Sentai.
Different Sentai. It's just actually just Sentai. Like
do you know what Sentai means, right?
No.
Sentai is just a small fighting force. They're basically a small militia, right? That's why they're always like a group of 5 or a group of 3. They're just a small militia that just goes out and,
a group of
fights.
Dudes.
Yeah, basically.
Dudettes.
So they're just a super militia. They're a super army.
The super army is crazy.
That's basically what they are. A lot of Super Sentai series, they're like government funded and stuff, so it makes sense in a
Yeah,
sense.
fair enough.